Alright, okay, so I'll go live there for an hour. See if I can get people on for Sean Stokes is looking for dates for the matches. And I'm a fucking cold, so take no notice. So I'm waiting on myself fucking something. Did he get shrunk there, but
don't know what Malik Scott doesn't have the experience to teach Wilder. I'm like, bruh, this guy has like 35 to 40 professional fights. He's been boxing for like 25 years. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's crazy shit, isn't it? As I said, what Malik Scott is as accomplished as any of these fucking glorified padmen, yeah, running up and down in the sport right now. Because if you look at, with all due respect, like I said, if you look at the careers of a lot of them, most of them, or a lot of them, either never had a pro career, right, or sucked at it. And I'm not saying they're not good trainers, but like Malik Scott is about as legitimate as they come in terms of like in-ring experience, yeah, and fighting the best, yeah, in terms of fighting world-class opponents. So yeah, no, I would agree with that. What about, you can see the screen. Why can't you get yourself an avatar? Why can't you give yourself a little picture?
What's the crack, pal?
well, what's the crack?
Fuck on.
I said, like, fuck on there, see if the boys on and see if we can get few bets.
I was thinking about back in Wales, do you know what I mean? But like I've done well today, Limerick.
Yeah, I see you sent on the thing. Yeah, true traveller though, you hit out on what you own.
First I bet on Portugal, which was easy money, you know what I mean? Yeah, everyone knows that game was easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then France, Germany, I was thinking, which, and I said, fuck it, I'll go with France. But I'm sitting on a nice little tight.
You got lucky there because usually Germany are the better team, like.
Well, like I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know a lot about football because I don't. But when it comes to the Euros and it comes to the World Cup, yeah, I do very well. The only World Cup or Euros that I actually lost money, will say, yeah. Like I have a saying about it. You laugh at this, yeah. Brazil left me bra broke. Do you know what I mean? Like 2014. I'm telling you now, Brazil left me bra broke, so it did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, I packed away a nice little tidy amount today. I won't start saying how much on the live, but put like
yeah.
put like this, yeah. Put like this, the weekend coming is already paid for.
Well, your Netflix didn't last long anyway.
No.
Me.
I put on that my 5, the streaming service there on Channel 5, the English channels.
Yeah.
And I put on a program, like I watched the first 3 episodes or 6 episodes of it, yeah. Me and the missus watched the first 3 before, and it's called Here Come the Gypsies, and quite literally episode 4, I wouldn't mind. I watched 1, 2 and 3 before, but they said, oh fuck it, I'll just let them play in the background, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 4 is paused in front of me as we speak, but sure. Do you know what I mean?
Is that where the gypsies turn up and they keep getting evicted?
Yeah, no, like there's loads of them.
Yeah.
Like when
I'm just trying to think. Did I see it before? Like
you're probably thinking of the gypsies, the town that gypsies took over, is it?
Yeah, there was a big place anyway where they went in there to come out. Like
oh, you're on about Darndale farm.
The farm place, yeah.
Do you know that was the biggest gypsy halting site in Europe, right? But you see, do you know what? They evicted everybody. Now, I could be wrong in saying this. Half of the people that lived there, Limerick, lived there for like decades. Yeah, they owned and bought the property and built it up with planning permission. Yeah, then
Yeah.
then other travelers or gypsies, yeah, moved in beside them without planning permission. They owned the land, but they didn't get planning permission, and they started building basically accommodations on it, like shelters and like different amenities, yeah,
But
without.
that's what we're all went wrong, so like.
So, but everybody ended up getting evicted. If you watch that documentary again, they even show you an aerial shot, and they show basically, yeah, the ones that have planning permission and the ones that don't, like, and do you know what I mean? Like, they basically evicted more or less everybody. Do you know, like that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
We gypsies, well, they're gypsy travellers, we call them here, like, they're living just, I don't know, about 5 minutes away from me. And you don't have a peep out of them, like.
Are they in a halting site?
On the haunting side, yeah. They
Yeah.
keep it clean, and they don't fucking mess with anyone, like.
You see,
They just do their own thing.
it's the same with, like for instance, the same with people from any walk of life. Yeah, you'll always get your rotten apples, and that's what people
Yeah.
focus. You know what I mean? When they think of a people, then they think of, oh yeah, they're bad people, because they think they know something that they don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I get you. But then come out, then we have another crowd in here as well, look on the cases. Oh,
Yeah.
if there's a funeral here, every pub in Limerick will close down
Yeah.
the night. Because they're known for trouble, like.
Yeah. Well, that's not only in Limerick, yeah, because there's another place, right? There's a little town
All
called
right, 1, 2, 3.
Ballinasloe, right, where the horse fair does be on. Yeah, you ever heard of Ballinasloe Horse Fair?
Well, so, yeah.
Right. Well, there's a funeral directors, yeah, and he owns, I think it's one or two, the only funeral director in town. He owns one or two of the pubs, right? And then he let them use their funeral service, but he won't open the pub for them. And then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll only, do you know what I mean? Yeah, he'll only, like, when business was doing bad, he let them in. Do you know what I mean? Where they should have just boycott. I wouldn't darken his door. If he was treating me like that, yeah, I wouldn't darken his door. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who have we got in the comments?
1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the crack? You been watching any of the footy, pal?
After the chat there for a couple of seconds, but I've got toilet.
Yeah, no worries. I'll talk to myself. Okay, we got a couple of interesting games tomorrow coming up. Turkey versus Wales. And what's the other one? Italy versus is it Finland? I need to look it up again. You know what I mean? Yeah, Finland. Finland versus Russia. Sorry, Russia, I think. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like Russia are the heavy favourites on the odds. On the odds, Russia are the heavy favourites. But I was thinking about going with Finland, to be honest with you. Because, like, they're 24-5. So even if I just throw a fiver on them just to see what happens, like, do you know what I mean? But then I want to put the big bet on what we call it, a big bet on Wales. But I don't know.
Yeah, you see, that's why it's called betting, see. Otherwise we call winning.
Sorry?
I said that's why they call it betting.
Yeah, I know.
But we call winning.
I know. This is it. Like, as I was just saying there's 2 games on tomorrow. There's 3 games, yeah. There's Finland versus Russia. Now, Russia are heavy favourites, yeah. Because put it like this, Russia are, I could be wrong, yeah, it's like 6-4 or something to win. And Finland are 24-5. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So they're major underdogs, like, but I think Finland, I just have a feeling Finland will do it. Do you know what I mean? And like that, with Turkey are slightly favourite, over Wales, but I think Wales will do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. See, that's why I said I do the live show, because there's no point me telling you who's going. I know nothing about soccer. If it was snooker, no, different story.
Yeah. Well, when the Crucible comes around to town again, do you know what I mean? Or the Irish Open or something, I'll be hitting you up, yeah.
Oh yeah. And come here, always keep it there on your head. You're the Chinese. They're here to take over, so
Big time.
they're the big odds. It's worth a 10 or 20 quid them.
That's
You get 150 to 1, like.
I know the Chinese. Do you want to check out how big? Yeah, most of the snooker tournaments. They tried to get the Masters over to China, but the English Snooker Federation or whatever the fuck it was wouldn't let it go. You know what I mean? They tried to get it over the Shanghai sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know? But like the amount of money, China have too much money right now.
Yeah, but as I said, the second that the proper snooker starts again, get on to me and I'll give you my predictions.
Aye. Do you know what I mean? I like Mark Shelby. He does Selby. He does be doing good enough. Like, you know, he won me a few quid in the past once or twice.
Yeah, he's good. Like everyone knows Ronnie O'Sullivan, like.
Yeah, Ronnie the Rocker, huh?
Yeah, they like Trump. I had him from day one when he first came into the scene, and he's doing good, like.
Yeah, that Trump, yeah, Judd Trump, yeah, he's good as well.
Trump, yeah.
The Chester, was it the Jester from Leicester? They call him, isn't it?
No, that's Selby, isn't it?
No, Trump. I think the Chester from Leicester. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Mark Selby.
I could be. Maybe I'm mixing them up. I wouldn't be really a snooker man. Do you know what I mean?
But owned by Mark Allen. He's fucking good as well.
Yeah, that Northern boy. Yeah, Mark Allen. Yeah. Did you see where him and fucking Ronnie O'Sullivan got into it there only a few months ago?
I actually didn't know what happened.
Right, basically, yeah. Right. I could have it wrong, but what was happening, right, is they were playing a game, like a professional game, right? And Ronnie O'Sullivan kept on accusing him for standing in his eyesight, you know, like basically trying to put him off.
Yeah, I remember it.
You remember it?
And did he drop his cue by accident, didn't he?
Do you know what I mean? And then, like, I remember seeing the Mark Allen fella, with fucking giving it the Allen fella, the Northern fella, Mark Allen, isn't it? Mark Allen, that the Northern fella.
Mark Allen, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is after saying it's a dead cert that either Germany or France will win it.
No, well, I have Belgium to win, so I have Belgium to win.
Germany didn't do too good today, like.
No, they didn't. They didn't at all. Do you know what I mean? And France looked dangerous. To be honest, I might go and put another, like another bet just to cover me Belgium bet. Yeah. Do you know, like hedge bets with France, because France looked fucking dangerous today. Like it didn't really acute. The goals weren't there. But I'll tell you one thing: for the opening game, they looked like as if they were playing well together, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think I might go throw 50 on France tomorrow.
Well, France would be a good one to back Limerick, yeah.
I'll have to check and see what the odds are. If the odds are good enough, I'll do it.
The odds are 4-1, yeah, at the moment.
4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer better odds, you see.
Belgium are 5. Well, basically, right, the way it works out is 550 to 1. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Sean Kerrigan, how's things, buddy?
What's the crack, pal? What's the crack? But yeah, as we're just talking about the soccer. If you're wondering what you missed, we're just talking about the Euros. For all we know about it, I know.
And there's a link back up, lads, if any you want to join.
Hang on, Grant, if you get up, but I can bet against the Germans or France. No, Germany are not to be right off. Portugal, yeah, dangerous as well. Do you know what I mean? Dangerous. I had a bet on Portugal earlier, yeah.
All right, Tom Joe.
For Tom Joe, yeah. Hello, pal. I had the bet on, right? And I was looking at it, so I was, and I was thinking to myself, fuck me, that was a waste of money. Do you know what I mean? That was a fucking waste of money. And then within like the last 10, 15 minutes, yeah, it was like bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? It was like a goal and then a penalty and then a goal or goal with Slovakia. Oh, yeah, Slovakia all the way, yeah. Sure, I might as well bet on Scotland then if that's the case. They're having a hope. They're having a hope. The poor fuckers are just happy to be in it.
I tell you, come here, Joe, the World Cup. If Ireland ever make it to the World Cup, I'm sure 100 quid in it. Because we have to win it sometime.
But Limerick, it's that bad. Yeah, the Paddy Power, right? When Ireland are playing, right? Anybody, they say if Ireland don't win, we'll give your money back in a free bet.
Yeah. Right, I don't you'd be surprised sometime. We nearly got there fucking back in the 80s. Was it the 80s or the 90s? Sorry, the 90s.
90, wasn't it? Or something?
Yeah, the Italian 90s.
The
We
quarter
finals,
I think that was the furthest we ever got.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't be fucking tempting on
You
me.
can never.
My good
you
young
can
man.
never is forever.
Tom Joe, 3 days as well.
Yeah, that was Portugal. Yeah, do you know what I mean? 3-0.
Slovakia, that was Tom Joe.
Yeah, that was Portugal.
I don't know if you know more after that comment.
As I said, I had the bet on, and I was watching the match in and out. Yeah, I was in and out, so I was watching the match. Yeah, and then fucking I was chatting away, and then next to hear a roar on the screen, and me focused on the screen. I was thinking, that was a waste of money. You know, I kind of had it wrote off. I said, fuck it. You know what I mean? Better lose a little than lose a lot, if you know what I mean. And next, bang, 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 3 goals. It was like lovely, lovely, lovely. You know what I mean? And then what I did was, I didn't do an accumulator, but what I did was I took every penny that I had then and I put it on France. Like, do you know what I mean? And now I won't lie, I'm sitting on a nice, tidy little win. So yeah, put like this, a free weekend, the weekend coming, you know.
Yeah, and I was about to say it there, the fucking restaurants are open. You can take the wife out now for a nice meal.
So we went to an Italian restaurant last night. We did.
Oh yeah, what did you end up getting?
You're breaking up loud.
Oh shit! Is it me breaking up for you?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's like scratching there a minute ago.
Yeah. I had starter, the pasta starter, aberriata or something like that. Yeah. And then I had fucking.
I know what you're on about.
You're gonna laugh at me now when I say this.
Creamy sauce.
I already know well. I'm going to get stick for saying this. Yeah, I know well, right? But I like basically Italian style, proper Italian style, like fucking all different meats. Like there was meatballs, there was Italian style sausage, there was mince in it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, all over a load of spaghetti, like, and then with garlic bread. It was fucking lovely.
Actually, sounds nice.
I'm telling you, there was beef, there was pork, there was venison. Do you know what I mean? It was all, mixture of different types of meats, man. I'm telling you, it was fucking lovely, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds fucking nice.
I'm telling you now, man, it was fucking. I wouldn't mind, yeah. I milled a plate out of it, so that I was looking for seconds. So I was. No, Mrs. was looking at me. Mrs. was looking at me more or less say, "You swear I wouldn't feed you," like, do you know what I mean? But you'd swear I was starved. I've a big old belly on me, so do yeah. You'd swear I was starved though, the way I was getting on in the restaurant. You know what I mean? Fuck it though.
It has to be done. Has to be done.
Has to be done. Well, that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Give her a night off from cooking.
Yeah. Come here, are the pubs open yet, no?
Not properly, no. Not properly. That's why we floated up. We were going to Galway to spend about a week. Well, we were planning on the week, maybe stretch it to the week. and then we ended up, so we did up the north, and I haven't left it since. Do you know what I
He's
mean?
still up there. I thought you went home.
No, I'm still here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still here. Do you know what I mean? But fucking, you know, like that. Sure, quite literally, my mates. Do you know what I mean? They're heading away to the RAF in the next day or two for a couple of days. So I might even end up
Yeah.
house sitting for them. I don't know, like, you know. But there's loads of beautiful spots up here, Limerick. Like me and the missus were out, so we were, yeah, just walking. You want to check out the scenery up here, yeah? Do you know what I mean? It's fucking lovely, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be paranoid about going to the north though, because if you walk to the wrong side of it, you're fucked. If they hear your accent.
Yes, you're not gonna hear. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a few when I've been up
Yeah.
there, yeah, all right, or up here. I've had a few sticky situations where, like, I was up in Derry, yeah, and I was drinking in a pub, and these two fellas comes up to me and goes, "What's it to you, hey?" I said, "What do you mean?" And what they meant was, "What do you call the city you're in? What's it to you? Because if you call it Derry, it means you're in one
Or
side. You
London,
call it London,
Derry.
it means you're the other side. You know, like that, yeah." I didn't know what to say. I was just looking at it. I said, "Look, I pulled an old Bob Marley. I said, that's me cards on the table, boys. Yeah, as in straight out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I am what I am. You're all right. You're all right. So, you know, like that. You're all right. You're all right." But there was this. Your man was kind of gearing up, you know, to drive the glass into my face. I could see it in his body language. I was sitting down
Yeah,
at the table,
yeah.
and Mrs. sitting beside me, and I had one side, you know, like if I had to go to the left, I was getting nabbed, and if I had to go to the right, I was getting a glass into the face. And then when I turned around, and I replied to them, I said, "Do you know what I mean? It is what it is," you know, like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
basically, he was like, "Oh, you're all right, you're all right, you're all right, buddy, you're all right." But just as quick there, do you know what I mean? I could have ended up getting a fucking glass into the face.
You could have, yeah, but it's fucked up there, like. Like, I
Yeah,
had grown with a bloke down, he's from Cork, but he's down from the north. And even though he's fucking northern accent, they can tell what side of Belfast he's from.
yeah, they can. They can tell the difference. Do you know what I mean? They can tell the
Yeah,
difference. Also, right? You see, right? I hate to sound like a cunt, yeah, right? But it's how they pronounce their H's. Do you see the way we say hey? They'll say H instead of H.
yeah.
Yeah, they go like, yeah, right? Like Protestants say H and we say H. Do you know, like that? Yeah, you can pronounce different. There's little subtleties like that you can pick up on it. Do you know what I mean? But sure, I don't care. I
Yeah,
mix with anyone. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mix with anyone, genuine. Do you know, like that? Yeah. If someone's a cunt, they're a cunt. Like, do you know, like that? So I've mates from both sides of the community up here, and they won't talk to each other, but they'll talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking, it's crazy, but I suppose they're born and reared into it. So, you know,
That's it, yeah. Same as us
like
down
that.
here, so
Sorry,
we're
pal.
born and raised. Well, the same as us with the British, like, we're born and raised, they hate them.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that, you know? But, like, you'll always get one arsehole. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That's all it takes is one arsehole and the whole pub erupts. Do you know what I mean? But
That's
sure, it
it,
could be
yeah.
dangerous because I got into a taxi another time up there, Limerick, yeah? And fucking, me and the missus, and I was melody drunk, yeah? And your man locked the doors, yeah? And he said it like jokingly, yeah? But I don't know if he was joking. Well, I'm alive anyway, yeah? But he turns around and goes, I'm bringing you out the woods and we're going to shoot you, you sudden cunts. And I was like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I won't lie. I sobered up very fast. Do you know what I mean? I got into the taxi. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, coming out. I was at a 24-hour garage. Just flagged down a taxi, jumped into it, and then fucking was heading out the road. He's like, "Oh yeah," and he heard the accent. "Oh yeah, you're from down the south. Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah." Doors got locked. You're going out to the woods to be shot, you cunt. I was like, "Oh fuck me." of all times, do you know what I mean? I sobered up
Yeah.
very fast. Very
you,
fast.
you be too quick swapping up, by.
I tell you now, you know what I mean? I sobered up very fast. It was the way he said it. It was like as if it was like as if he was trying. Like, I'm not saying the chap was gonna do it, yeah, but things like that did happen in the Troubles. Do you know what I mean? Where people got
And
into the
that's the
taxi,
truth. There's a lot of fucking bodies buried out this still not found, like.
they
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Or there was fake taxis. Do you know what I mean? And then as soon as you'd ask to go, for instance, yeah, to you know, to like, for instance, if you got into a fake taxi and it was a loyalist, yeah, driver, and you actually go to a Catholic neighborhood, he'd drive you straight in, so he went to a loyalist community and kick you out, like, and you'd be dead, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I heard him locking the doors, like, you just done it for a laugh, I was glad to get out of the taxi. I'm not gonna lie, I was glad. You know what I mean? I was glad to get out of the taxi. I was thinking to myself, do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't mind. It was only a 5-minute walk. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a 5-minute walk back to the house. I was thinking to myself, I should have walked. Do you know what I mean? I should have walked. You know?
You learn from your mistakes, sure.
Yeah, you know, but lucky enough he was joking, but you know, at the same time it left me thinking, would the cunt would have done it? Would he have done it, you know, like that? Or you know, if I
you
had to
never
be
know.
back, a few years ago, like if I had to be back 20 or 30 years ago, the cunt probably fucking would have drove us into somewhere, you know what I mean?
Back 20 years ago, I definitely wouldn't have went up there anyway.
Yeah, well, you have to come one of the days. We must meet up, like, and fucking come up and, like, do you know what I mean? Mix with a few of my mates, like, do you know what I mean? The grand, like, I have mates, as I said, from both sides of the community up there, and like they wouldn't do it, like they wouldn't really. Some of them wouldn't mix with each other, yeah. You know, if not saying that, like, if it wasn't for me, but like if I'm in a pub, like there's certain pubs that one side won't go into, the other side won't go into. Do you know what I mean? Like, but like fucking, like I'll mix with them. I don't know how many times I had to stop them. You know, talking about, you know, the troubles and stuff. Say, here, look, do you know what I mean? We're here to have a great time. If you want to if you want to talk that shit, go out there into the street and talk about it. Do you know what I mean? See how fast you are stopping. You know, like that.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, fucking
Well,
Comfy didn't go live anyway.
No, he didn't. No.
I think he might.
But someone must be tipping him off.
He knows that we're all coming from Steve's page.
Yeah, but that's that's an assumption. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's probably listening now.
Yeah, probably.
How are you, Comfy? I hope you got to Brighton well. Was it Brighton he was heading to?
Brighton. I think he's still driving. He said he was going to pull in somewhere, didn't he, to have a nap or something?
I don't know. Then. I don't know. He's probably listening to us as we speak. He's probably gathering an army of trolls as we speak.
Oh, come here. I don't know why he started getting trolled off him.
Yeah.
Like, I claimed our King Troll.
I wouldn't mind.
Look,
it was requesting
my tie used to be the King Troll. What?
Who?
My tie. He used to be the King Troll. Now he texts me every day of the week saying, Sean, you coming on?
I'm telling you, yeah, that's what he was saying earlier. Where's Mutai? No one's seen him lately. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was texting there earlier on. That's why I went live. I went live for yourself on my tie, but I'm even, you know, Sean there, Sean Kerrigan.
Yeah. Oh, but hopefully, like, do you know what I mean? Fingers crossed that the bets come in tomorrow, but I'll not be putting all my winnings on it, you know, like that. When you're up, you're better off quitting while you're ahead, like, you know. But I'll be dragged back. It's only the beginning of the tournament, you know what I mean? So, do you know, like that? But I like that, yeah. If Celtic.
No, there's Celtic boy out there.
There's the boy we're looking for. Here, jump on
Celtic.
the
We did this live view. We want your opinions.
We need your opinion, boy. We need your opinion about the footy.
He said he was going to 24 hours Viagra. Celtic will show up the link.
Yeah, get his opinion. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I already have it in my head. Like, I was kind of thinking of, I know Finland are the underdogs, yeah, and like Wales and Turkey it's a very close match, yeah. But I reckon Wales. Do you know what I mean? But I don't, you know, at the same time, like I don't have the same. how would you put it? I don't have really like this answer. I don't have, the answer, like, but I'm not going to be putting, like, I'll just throw a little bit on Finland and I'll throw a lot on
Yeah.
Wales, and then hopefully I won't end up broke again. But yeah.
Yeah. Joe, I just told the messages. Yeah.
Yeah. So am I, kind of, yeah. Viagra from Saints, 24 Viagra from Saints. Mm-hmm.
Celtic, join. We need to chat to you for a couple of seconds.
Get your
Come on,
opinion.
I'm going off there in the next 10, 15 minutes. I'll be up early in the morning. We need to wine.
On Celtic, get your own opinion out of you.
Well, Plastic Patty never fucking come on either, little fucker.
He's probably watching in the background. What's that, Patty?
I'll ring him down, see.
He can't wait. I bet you he's sitting, waiting for comfy. Do you know what I mean? He's waiting with the 9 mil for comfy.
See the fucker answer. Wait, see, can't do he won't answer. He never fucking answers me.
See?
Yeah. He's not answering. Fucker, he's hanging up me all the
time. You should make a fake face. You're breaking up there, pal, a bit. Could be me, though.
Well, we got into the internet, so it could be my internet as well. I have the clue. The line kept tapping out all week.
I don't know. Something here. Yeah, I'm still there. Just something went wrong. I don't know what. Hang on a second. I see. Something comes up on the screen here. 1 second. Bear with me, Limerick, for a sec.
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
Yeah, I think that. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah. No, something came up on my fucking screen. I don't know what the fuck it was. I just cancelled it. So, probably someone trying to fucking...
Stop watching porn.
Who said that? Oh, you're saying that, you fucker. Go air that, you fucker. I'd say, yeah, well, you're into mad fetishes, and say.
Yeah, I'm into matches.
Mad horse fetish or something you're into, I'd say.
That's why I go to Spencer Hill every year.
Oh, stop. Oh, fuck it. If you can't laugh, boys, you got nothing. Celtic, come on till we get your opinion. Or even in the chat, what do you reckon, yeah? Do you reckon Turkey or Wales?
I'm gone in 15 minutes, lads. So come on, Celtic. Stop talking about his history, you fucking come on.
Like, as I said, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, the odds I was getting earlier on was 24, quid for every fiver I put on for Finland, and then Russia 6. I think, if I'm thinking right, 6 quid for every 4 quid I put on. But I was thinking myself, like, I know, Finland are massive like they're the underdogs, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I just have a feeling that they're going to beat Russia. Do you know?
Yeah. Just come there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tell us what you're into, Limerick, and the way I'm a lot with you. And you know what? I tell the fuck I would not.
A big stallion, Limerick wants. A big black stallion. And I'm talking about the type with 4 legs. Or I mean 5. Yeah, well, I like that. Yeah, Celtic. I was thinking now, I could have me head up my arse. I was thinking Finland to win, right? And then you'll probably laugh at me when I say this. And then I was thinking about Wales. Do you know what I mean? To win, but like that, I know, like they're a better team than Finland, or at least, yeah, Finland just need a draw. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? This is exactly it. Do you know what I mean? Right? And but Turkey and Wales, they need a win. Do you know what I mean? They need a win, so they do. So, that'll be a tight game. Like, do you know what I mean? That will be a tight game. But I think Wales, like, I'm thinking Wales as well. Like, do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's a good point you made. Like, Finland just need a draw. So they, like, who wouldn't turn down a win? But if you can just settle for a draw and squeeze through, then yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He do it for the laugh, yeah. And he's the sound no roadblock.
I'm telling you, one of these days you are going to get a knock on the door, yeah. It's going to be a big he-she.
I told you, I panicked one night. I didn't do my fucking house address. And I thought they couldn't put it up accidentally on the chat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no one panicking every time he says he's going to send someone to my door.
One of these days, yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to knock on the door. There's going to be a big 6'4" he-she coming in with a bag full of strap-ons and dildos and all torture devices for you.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We all know it now, Limerick.
Yeah. Everyone fucking has waiters over that bollocks. Don't forget, lads, I sleep with a sign off under my pillow.
You're a pirate, gun. You want to be careful saying that on the lives. You get the gap.
Yeah, by the way, if there's any girls there listening, I'm only having a laugh with the boys.
What you weren't quick. You didn't take you 2 minutes to come out with that one, did it? Leaving it to no chances. You see the ERU running into your gaff, shooting before you even get a chance to turn on the light.
But I took one and have a chat, 1, 2, 3. We were at work. Usually he's at work, and I think he is anyway, and he just tunes in.
Yeah, I think the chap works nights. He was explaining to me a little bit about before, yeah. He sounds like he has a cushy enough job, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He sounds out, he gives me a load of my stuff now that I put up on John on the Edge.
No, I was talking to him. Remember the live that I came on Limerick and I was doing the accents. The first time you heard me doing the accents.
Yeah.
He and himself were talking for a good while, man. That chap was bang on 3 years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's my first time talking to him, so it wasn't. I swear, like, I'm not licking his arse, but he's fucking bang on.
No, he's so old.
You know?
He's getting a big swell head here now as we're chatting.
As long as it's not in his trousers.
Celtic said he's working at the minute. I think you don't work with.
Pulling the balls.
Working the bottle of vodka.
He's working on the bottle of vodka. That's what he is.
Come on. You're still on. Yeah, not about it. Come here, I won't be on for a long one. 1, 2, 3. I feel barely in the morning. Things to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm still on, we have a quick chat.
I don't know. We'll like that, yeah.
So where's the missus? Is she in bed?
She only had to go. I woke her up, so I did with all the laughter. She fell asleep on the chair, like, do you know what I mean? I paused the fucking, the documentary thing, so I did, when you went live, and then she kind of dozed off. I'm on Labrooks, yeah, so that's what I was using earlier as well.
Are we making gains?
Aye, mate, you alright?
Alright, making gains. What's the story?
Nothing much, mate. Just finished work. Cracking on as usual. How you been keeping Limerick, mates?
Good. Same shit from the usual.
What's life like over in Ireland at the minute? There's been quite a lot of Irish over in Newcastle lately.
Yeah, the lockdown now is kind of easing down. We're allowed travel. We're allowed fucking travel all over Ireland. I don't know about international travel now.
That's all right, mate. Have you had that vaccine yet or not?
No, I didn't get it yet. I'm not eligible for it until next week, I think.
And are you going to take it, Limerick?
They've been sending letters out to me for it, man. I'm 29 in England. They must have rolled it out a bit more here, but I don't want to take it personally.
Yeah. I was offered it, so I was going back months ago. Yeah, me and the missus, and I didn't even get in contact with them. I wouldn't even reply to them. Fuck that. Like each to their own. Yeah, each to their own. If like that's my personal opinion on vaccines. Anyway, I even took a vaccine last time. I even took a flu shot or anything. I was 10 years of age. I remember having it out with me, man, in the car after I came out, like saying, "What the fuck?" Like, but yeah, I was 10 years of age last time. I even let anything.
Mate, it's fucked up. I mean, I mean, there's a lot of stories like this, but all I'll just say is my mate's been to like his friend's son's funeral a couple of days ago. His son was 23, and he'd assumed that he committed suicide. His son died of a blood clot. Now, I'm not speculating how he died because you don't exactly ask that there, but 23-year-olds dying of blood clots is awfully rare, isn't it?
Yeah, fairly rare.
What's happening with the Paul Crosby thing? I've seen he's just been nicked and stuff, mate.
One thing, can you check the teacher on the bags or Steve there a second?
All right, is he live tonight, Paddy?
I don't know. The boys are waiting for someone else. I don't want to say too much, Gaines, yeah? But the boys are waiting for someone else to go live, so Steve can confront them.
All right, no.
Like, I don't know the ins and outs of it, yeah? But fucking, there was shit being talked about Steve on another channel, and Steve wanted to confront them, so, you know, but they didn't go live, so, you know, it says it all in a sense, doesn't it?
Nah, you know, like, honestly, mate, you know, like, with it just being back at work and doing the night shifts and stuff again, I've missed out on all this. Like.
Yeah.
No, but like
yeah, we have Steve coming on here in a couple of seconds.
Oh, lovely stuff. But like that,
are you been watching the Euros, mates? What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm watching them. That's what we were talking about the whole time. Yeah, I've done well today, so I did. Yeah, from them. Like, not going to go into ins and outs, but yeah, I've done well, so I did from them. That's why I was trying to get.
I can't believe it. Right, because it's been that long ago since the qualifiers because of all the shit what's happened, right? And I haven't followed it completely, but am I right in thinking neither Irish nation is in the tournament?
Well, Ireland are not in it anyway. We're going.
Yeah, Ireland are not in it now.
And Northern Ireland isn't either, right?
No.
I don't know about the North. I don't know.
No, both parts of the island are not in it now.
I mean, I like both parts of Ireland. Well, fuck me, man, it's just fucking insane when you think about it that, like how easy it is to get in these days. But Ireland actually have a good team. I'm sure they were in a hard qualifying group and they got a bit unlucky, didn't they? Like Republic.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. To be honest with you, yeah, I don't follow much sports, but as I was explaining to the boys there, yeah, you know, when it comes around to the Euros, the finals, yeah, and stuff like that we're watching now, or the World Cup, or, you know, like major events, I'll throw bets on or I'll follow them, you know what I mean? But like, I'm a Spurs fan, but if you asked me to name 5 Spurs players, I wouldn't be able to. Do you know what I mean? You know, but yeah, I still go out every year and buy the fucking shirts. You know what I mean?
I'm becoming exactly the same, mate. You know why? Because it's fucking sports now, they're just so fixed, aren't they, man?
Well, this is it, yeah. This is it. You know, this is it. You know, it's a rich man's game.
For a second, forget about the Euros for a second. Come here, when are you fighting, Gaines?
Well, it's meant to be on the 17th of July, mate, but I don't know exactly what's happening because I believe that the lockdown has been extended, so I'll find out with dates and stuff, and I don't know if it can go ahead In the,
Right.
like, you know what I mean, mate? So I'm still training though, and just keep my head down. You know what I mean, mate?
Yeah, the
but what's
lockdown in the UK was extended to the 19th of July or something, wasn't it, pal?
Aye. So it's been extended to the 19th, but that's just when they're going to review it. Then apparently, what they've said is they want 10 million more people to get this fucking vaccine before they're lifting it, mate. You know what I mean? It's like a load of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like a lot of people that I was talking to that genuine took it. They didn't take it because of their health. They took it because of to keep their jobs. They took it so they could go on holiday. You know what I mean? Which is like I said.
That's what I'm hearing from everyone, mate, as well. Like, you know, like, oh, I don't think they're going to let you into the football ground if you don't have it and stuff like that. It's like, but if that's how you feel about like what's going on, like, what the fuck is the agenda behind it? You know what I mean, mate?
Well, it's like I said to someone the other night. I said, if I promised you that he was saying he was taking the vaccine, he was only 21 year old lad, yeah, and he was going to take the vaccine, right? Well, he's 20, and right for his 21st, he wants to be able to go on holiday for it. And I said to him, if I promised you the best holiday of your life, I mean, the best holiday that anybody could ever dream of, but you have to eat a box of rat poison, would you go on it? No, I wouldn't. I said, well, then why are you taking the vaccine then?
I know, mate. It's insane. Well, I mean, this will sound a bit like strange to some people, but this is just some of my conspiracy theorist friends have been saying lately. Is like, I don't know if you've all seen. I see that stuff where like it says The Simpsons did it first, like the predictive program and stuff.
Yeah.
When it's like I noticed how they're saying that this COVID's coming in waves, and then now they're calling it like the Delta variant, the Beta variant, the Gamma variant. It's like, it's funny because the thing what's making you ill is these massive 5G towers they're putting up, mate. That's the truth, in my opinion.
You wouldn't be far wrong, because it's been proven so it has, yeah, that the radiation that comes off them cause illness in multitudes of different ways. Do you get what I'm saying?
Aye, mate, like one of my mates is a fucking like scientist and all that. He got a massive following. He had tens of thousands on YouTube. He had tens of thousands. They've took him off everything, but like he gets into technicalities about it. But like it's pretty fucked up what's going on. Like, but speaking of that, like, did you just mention something about a rat just there? Am I right in thinking this?
No, but what I was saying to a lad, yeah. He was saying the only reason why he was taking it so he could go on holiday.
Oh, sorry, the rat poison. That's just because honestly, mate.
I was using it as, you know, like metaphorically speaking, hypothetically speaking. I said basically, if I could promise you the best holiday of your life, but you have to eat rat poison in order to get it, would you do it as quick? And he was like, no, I wouldn't do it. I said, well, then why are you forcing yourself? Why are you being blackmailed in order to take a vaccine that you don't want to take?
I know, mate. I mean, for me, the reality of the situation is that if you don't believe that there's a pandemic going on, like me, because I don't know anyone who's died of COVID, and all the people I know who say there are someone who's died, it's like you're talking about 70-odd-year-old people who were in a bad way anyway, and it's questionable about how they've died. So if you don't believe that there's a pandemic like me, then why would you, like, why are they trying to force you to have this injection? That's my whole thing about it. Yeah.
Like, I can't say that there isn't anything out there, yeah, right? I can't 100% put my finger on it. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I won't be rushing out to take their vaccine. Do you know what I mean? And like, they're on about like all these vaccine passports, and there'll be penalties. I remember like when they were on about it first, you know what I mean, that there'd be penalties. So if people don't take vaccines, that there'll be basically like you won't be allowed to go to work and all that shit. So do you know what I mean? They can bar me from the local. They can.
It's like, I think that right now they're just trying to make it difficult to live, but ultimately what they want to do is like where you can't live without like these fucking like submitting to this fucking like insanity, basically.
Yeah. Well, like I'm not very religious, yeah. All right, I'm not very religious, but it does say in the book of Revelations that basically, yeah, there will be
Mark
a
of the
time
Beast.
with the mark of the beast, yeah. The mark of the beast, yeah, and you'll have to take it in the mark of the beast in order for to be allowed to function in society. You won't be able to buy any food, you won't be able to go anywhere, you won't be able to do anything, like that.
I mate, I think that I know that. Like, to be honest with you, I've not always been very religious, but this whole experience is definitely like I'm trying to just find my way with with it and stuff like that. But it's definitely made us realise that there's something higher going on, because the people in power have a lot of sick fucking occultist fucking beliefs and all that. But what is the landscape of Ireland like right now, religion wise and stuff like that, mate? Because I've not been out to Ireland in quite a while.
To be honest with you, yeah, in my personal experience, there's a lot of people, yeah, that are right. When shit hits the fan, yeah, like most people, they hope that something more powerful will come into their lives and fix it. That's the way I see it a lot. Like they'll go, do you know what I mean? They're not very religious, in my opinion. Do you know, like that? Now I can't speak for the whole entire Ireland, island of Ireland, but do you know what I mean? I think like what the Catholic Church let the religion down, or let its followers down. Do you know what I mean? And then people have turned away from the faith. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to me, I think it's part of like this whole agenda thing. But like, I mean, like, I personally, I think that like the biggest thing is I think that like the Catholic Church is a big satanic paedophile ring, and it's just come out how many of those people are paedophiles, right? But that doesn't mean that you can't believe in God and what they're doing. And I think that that's been what part of their agenda has been all along, that like they've turned so many people away from like religion, and really they corrupted Christianity in the first place anyway, because like Christianity is not about like fucking, you go to hell if you don't do it this way or that way or whatever. It's just about being nice to people and fucking like, like living your life in a good fucking productive sort of way. And instead, that book was just like fucking, you know what I mean? I didn't want to sound too preachy or anything, but if you want any answers, just read the fucking book yourself, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely at a point now where I think that it's something I want to explore a bit, you know what I mean? Just looking at Celtic Warriors comment there.
Well, can I advise you something, making games? Can I advise something to you, pal? Now, I haven't read the Bible in detail yet, from start to finish. I've read the first two books, yeah. I've read Genesis and the first book of Moses, right? But then I skipped, so I did, yeah. I skipped and I started reading the book of Revelations. And I'd advise you not to do that, because it's at the last book in the book of, see, the Bible is compiled of 66 books, I believe it is, yeah. I could be wrong on that number. But
66 is a very ominous number as well, when you think about obviously the mark of the beast, you know what I mean?
Well, there's 66 books in it, right? I could be wrong on that number though, right? Don't quote me. But there's a reason why the book of Revelations is the last book in the Bible, because it's supposed to be read last. You get me? And like I remember listening to another fella, and it's gonna sound a bit corny about, yeah, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah, no wonder why. But I remember watching YouTube videos, yeah, and then basically this guy was it was about the book of Revelations, because I was looking up, different facts about the book of Revelations, and I was looking at different YouTube things, so I was, to try and see, is this shit for real, like, or, and he said basically, like, this one guy said, if you read the book of Revelations, it will either enlighten you or it will drive you crazy, and I think it done the latter for me. It does a little bit crazy.
Could you like clarify a little bit more about like how that's the two things it can do to you, like and how did it affect you, mate? Like, just because I'm interested.
Right. Well, how it affected me out straight, yeah, is I couldn't get around my head, yeah, how it was able to. There was, in the book of Revelations, there's 2,500 predictions made. And of those 2,500 predictions, over 2,000 of them have been accurately come to pass. Right. And right, I hate right. On the final day, yeah, of right, basically it says, like, basically on the day that, do you know what I mean, right, the final battle goes down, that there'll only be 144,000 people will be receiving the mark of God. Do you know what I mean? And the rest will be consumed by demons. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking hell, man. That's terrifying. And I mean, it's sad to think about things that way, but I guess like I can understand that like
it fucked my head up because I was thinking, 144,000 people. So that's like 2 stadiums. Do you know what I mean? In the whole entire planet. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, I'm definitely going to hell.
I know, mate. That really is just fucking like.
Or to think, like, can you imagine just seeing something appear out of actual empty space and physically appear, a demon physically appear and start consuming you like a piece of flesh? Like, that fucked my mind up, man. Even thinking about it.
I know, mate. Like, I don't know. I've been thinking about like so many weird things lately, life and death, and I do believe in God, but I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I haven't like been following a righteous path through my life, mate, and it's like it's quite fucked. But like, you know, like living the life I live and stuff, mate. Like I notice how would I put it? Like how like consumed people are by like very fucking like it is like demons, mate. And have you heard about the spirit of Jezebel before or not?
No. Could you enlighten me, please?
I certainly can, mate. The spirit of Jezebel is like it's like a seductress, basically in the Bible. It's like basically like a slut. You know what I mean? Like it's a satanic demon, and I think she was actually like an evil woman who like betrayed like like one of God's servants like in Israel. There's a story in the book about it, but basically like when you get to the characteristics of Jezebel, like it's like being a slut, like promiscuous, a whore, like being a attention seeking, being selfish, being like money orientated and stuff like that. And apparently this is like a demonic entity that like possesses mostly women, but can also like mess with the minds of men. Now, like I work, obviously, like my line of work is I work security in nightclubs and stuff, mate. And like, well, you see a lot of that.
I'm just laughing at all the opportunities come your way. I'd say,
well, mate, yeah, like fucking definitely, mate. Like, there's a couple of like opportunities here and there, but also it's like it's a little bit fucking messed up how you like how you see like all this sick stuff happening with like kind of like fucking the people just are consumed by like fucking it's like the lives get fucking caught up in these fucking very silly fucking nasty games. Do you know what I mean, mate?
Yeah, I hear you. But like, can I just make one other comment about the Bible, for instance? Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to knock anyone's beliefs. I believe if somebody has a belief or a culture or they have like a regime and it's helping them and it's helping those around them, and I mean in a genuine way, more power to them. You know what I mean? My hat has to be taken off, like that, yeah? But in saying that, God made, it says in the book of Revelations as well, that on the final day that the devil will present himself, as a dragon on earth, right? Like he will be finally kicked out of heaven. There's so many contradictory things that are said in the Bible, right? And like one of them is that he will be kicked out of heaven to form an army on earth to fight against Christ that will be coming back as a warrior, not as a lamb. He came as a lamb the first time, but he'll be coming back as a warrior the second time, right? Now, he will be right. Christ will chase him down right throughout the earth, and he will bind them in a chain that was made for him before the devil was even created. Do you know what I mean? So like, my point is the chain that's gonna bind him and throw him into fire and brimstone, basically, right? He would be thrown into a bottomless pit for 1,000 years, and then he will be allowed to rise again. So he will 1,000 years after that mankind has been judged. for a final battle, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, between good and evil. But like, what my point of view of is God is all powerful and all knowing and all seeing. So why would you? It's like right, like in the
It's like
garden.
torture, man. I mean, it's like, why put the world through so much test and torture? You know, like, why not give people more guidance? You know what I mean, and help them reach enlightenment. You know what I mean, mate?
Yeah, and it's like right. It's like I used this analogy on the other day to my friend's mother, because we were having this kind of debate about the Bible as well, right? Because she's not very religious, but like yourself, she wants to learn a bit about it more. And I was having a debate about her about the Bible and about my beliefs and about, you know, like how I think it's a bit messed up and how there's double meanings almost, you know what I mean, in the Bible, like for instance, don't murder is one of the deadly sins, but an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Do you know what I mean? That's contradictory. But it's like, as I said to her, I said, right, if there's a bottle of bleach, for instance, yeah, open, and you have a toddler running around, and that toddler drinks that bottle of bleach, who is to blame? Is it the toddler, or is it you to blame? Because that's what happened with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden.
Aye, and
The tree of the
that's a
fruit.
great point, and that's almost like God has made us with all these desires, all these temptations, all these like fucking like earthly lusts that we have, right, and desires, right, and like it's like we're left out with this bottle of bleach, you know what I mean, kind of thing, mate, like because we're all born ignorant, you know what I mean, to like fucking
And if you're thirsty and you see something that looks like water, you're gonna try drink it. Do you know what I mean? And you're gonna poison yourself even worse. Do you know where I'm coming from? And like
I do, mate, I do.
In the book of Genesis, it says, yeah, how, you know what I mean, God made, like, basically he made everything in the Garden of Eden, and then he brought before all the creatures before Adam, and again, what Adam named them, that's what they are known as from that day forth, right? But then Adam asked them, do you know what I mean, where is my companion? So he made him fall into a deep sleep, and he took a rib from him, and he made Eve. Now, then he left amongst them, he left the tree of the fruit of good and evil, knowledge of good and evil, right? In the garden. And he also left the tree of the fruit of life. And when he came back, right, Eve, right, this is the thing. Satan was cast out of heaven, right? So the first thing you're going to do, if you have, for instance, yeah, a wild, vicious dog, yeah, there again, and you have your children that are ignorant to what that dog could do, yeah, they're harmless, like they don't realize the danger. You're going to make sure that you put up a fence, or you're going to put up protection to make sure that dog cannot get to them. Do you know what I mean? Where he didn't. He allowed Satan to come into the Garden of Eden and to trick Eve.
I know, mate, and I must say that, like, at the same time, right, that at the same time, I must say that, like, how would I put it? Like, I feel like God's looked over me certain nights of my life, and like, do you know how they say God works in mysterious ways?
Likewise, genuine, yeah. And I'm not making this up, yeah. I consider myself a cat with 99 lives. When I was 3.5 years of age, yeah, I dropped dead. I was dead for a half an hour, so I was. Do you know what I mean? I was quite literally dead. Only for an Indian. Well, I believe he was an Indian gentleman. Yeah, might have been. He had that complexion. I woke up with him trying to give me mouth to mouth, like, and for half an hour, even when there was other professionals that were standing there saying, he's dead, leave him. You've done all you could. And he kept on working on me and working on me and working on me and brought me back. Do you know what I mean? And then there was times in car crashes. There's times, do you know what I mean, where I got, you know, like blows of hatchets and blows of hammers, do you know what I mean, where I should be dead. I tried to take my own life. You know what I mean? I don't know how many times I tried to take my own life unsuccessfully.
But mate, you know what it is? I just want to say to you right now that I'm very pleased that you didn't, because I'm really enjoying talking to you, and it's really like one of the best and most interesting conversations I've had in a while, and it's like enlightening us a bit, mate.
No, thank you very much. I'm glad, to be honest with you, yeah. Until I met my wife, I tried to commit suicide at the age of 7 for the first time. Right? For the first time in my life.
I'm so sorry to hear that, mate.
You're grand, yeah, right? Because like that, yeah, it took a lot of fucking But like even that day, I remember sitting in my house, in northeast London, right, and in Edmonton, right. I can remember the address down to the T, right. And I was sitting singing Tina Turner songs, right, and because my ma loved Tina Turner, and something was after happening, right. And I remember saying to myself, like, do you know what I mean? Where's God? Like, do you know what I mean? Please take me out of this situation that I'm in, please, please, please. And I was thinking, I was going upstairs, I was going to jump. I climbed out, so I did then, yeah. After sitting there for a while, begging for someone, to come and intervene, no one came. So I said, right, fuck this. I went upstairs and I climbed out, so I did, out the top bedroom window, and I was looking down, so I was, and approximately 3 foot away from my the front wall of my house was our front wall of our garden. And I was looking at it thinking, right, if I hit that in the right way, I'll be able to, I will die, because I didn't want to end up paraplegic or anything, yeah? Out of nowhere, this fella comes walking up the street, never seen him before, and I never seen him after. We were living there for 7 years in the same house, yeah? And he started roaring, get the fuck back in that window. And he started kicking and banging on the front door, so he did. But there was no one in the house but me. I was left there, for, you know what I mean, for a long period of time by myself, right? And genuine, man. And fucking, like, that was one sign. Do you know what I mean? There was one sign, like,
I know, mate. I know. It's like, I've got to say that there's been a few times that, like, I might not want to air it out, but there's been a few times that the fucking big man upstairs is really just, and even, like, sometimes I've had these horrible setbacks in life, but like, I kind of feel like fucking that they've paved the way for comebacks and they've shaped who I am, and sometimes, like, fucking maybe God just wants you to be walking down that path at the right time, so that you can fucking be that man who saved. Like, God changes the way you walk one day, so you fucking are the man who stops that fucking different 7-year-old jumping out the window. You know what I mean, mate?
Yeah, I believe that, because to be honest with you, making gains, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I have done things. We're like, put like this, I'm not going to go into detail, but I've done things where all it took was a kind word. Like, for instance, where I knew, there might be a lad and something bad was going to happen to him, that was uncalled for. And simply by saying something as simple as, come on, you walk into the shop with me, lad, I may have saved his life, like that.
Aye, mate. I know what you mean, mate. I mean, it's fucking, I think it's like, in this world we live in, especially at this time, because it's such a fucking greedy, fucking horrible, like, deceiving time to be living in, mate. Like, it's so easy to get fucking sidetracked away, like, that there is this big man upstairs. I mean, and now you said about there's going to be 144,000 soldiers of God, right? But what you have to take into account is that, like,
receive the mark, they'll not be harmed by the demons. They'll receive the mark of God, so they will, it says, right? Basically,
I know, but like at the very end, there might not be many people left on Earth, because they have got a plan to fucking kill a lot of people. Like, if you look at the Georgia Guidestones, the plan's to reduce 500 million. So it doesn't mean like.
It doesn't mean that the population is going to be the same population we see today. Yeah, there could be only 2 million on Earth when it happens. Do you know what I mean? And then like 144,000 of them are going to receive the mark. But like, my argument would be that God, is the one. I hate to put it this way. God is the one. He can only blame himself. He cannot blame. We're God's children, and Adam and Eve were God's children, and it's like how Adam said, to God after, right? He said, the woman said, for the serpent beguiled me, and he said, well, I ate it, right? Basically, the woman you gave me, tricked me into eating it. So in other words, you and her are to blame. Do you know what I mean?
I do, mate. I do. I know what you mean.
Give me her for companionship, she wouldn't have tricked me. So she tricked me, and you were the one who gave her to me. So who you can't blame me for this. And then it says in the Bible that he banished them out of the Garden of Eden, because if they were then, after eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, if they ate from the tree of life, they would become gods themselves.
Oh, right.
That's why he banished them out of the, right? Because fucking...
And do you know what's strange, mate, is that it's a big there's a big saying that like the do as thou wilt is like it's a satanic thing, and it's one of Alistair Crowley's like satanic things. They do as thou wilt. Have you heard that one before, mate?
Do as thou wilt.
I
know. I heard Alistair Crowley. All right, yeah.
Oh, Alistair
George
Crowley was a
Bush's
sick
grandson,
individual, mate.
Grandfather, wasn't he?
They reckon he was George Bush's grandfather as a conspiracy, and he definitely had some sort of relationship with George Bush's grandmother.
Yeah, yeah.
But Alistair Crowley was like a renowned Satanist, and he was into all sorts of voodoo, weird, dark shit. You know what I mean? And his thing was do as thou wilt was one of his commandments, which is like basically do what you like as long as you enjoy doing it, like regardless of the harm it causes and stuff like that. And that just made me think a little bit there about a thing is like they believe if you being a Satanist officially in the religion, right? You know how they suck up, right? Real Satanists, like your Hillary Clintons and the Queen of England and people like that, right? They're paedophile child murderers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you know, like the average Satanists, what they're just like what they sucker all the goths in with and stuff. They say it is do as thou wilt and be your own God sort of thing. And I just found it interesting there how you said that if you eat from the tree of life after having eaten from the tree of good and bad, that you become your own God. I just found that very interesting.
Yeah, that's what it says. Do you know what I mean? It said basically, and also the way that God replied to them, it was like as if he was having a debate with other gods. Do you know what I mean? It was like as if he was having a conversation. Do you know what I mean? But the book has been altered, and like that, yeah. Not the Bible was put together, so it was 500 years or something like that after Christ was supposed to walk the earth. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I can't get my head around it. How, like, it sounds pretty fucked up, yeah. But it's like I said to a mate of mine, right? He said to me, "Oh, you're not a bad person." And I said, "I can be." Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he said, "Well, you can, like, yeah." And I said, "Well, he's very religious." And I said, "Well, it's like this. If you believe that I should change, yeah, well, then you're wrong. Because God made me exactly the way he wanted to make me. He made me just as good as I need to be or just as evil as I have to be. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then fucking, like, basically, like you were saying,
I certainly do know what you mean, but I think every day you can strive to be a better man, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have. Trust me, since I met my wife, mate, yeah, I had a death wish, so I did, yeah. I had a death wish. I'm telling you now, yeah, I'd put the hair standing on your back, yeah. Do you want to make stories, right? And it was, I couldn't be spoken. I could not be spoke to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If someone told me I couldn't do something or I shouldn't do something, yeah, or I'd better not do something, I'd be the first one to go and do it to prove them wrong. Do you know, like that? Yeah. And when I met me missus, like, I put like this. I hate the sound like that and G, yeah. Oh, that and G, boys. But I have like changed my life around a good bit, but not entirely. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a saint because I'm not. I am what I am, and if I have to go to hell for it, well then, I will just be saying one thing to God: it's your fault, not mine. At the end of the day.
I understand, mate. I think it's fucking like, mate, it's true. I mean, it's not an easy fucking life we're living. It's not an easy fucking world we're fucking living, mate. And this is like, I don't know, it's just fucking really fucking just I've really been thinking about things lately, mate, and it's like fucking nice, interesting to hear about all that. Like, so who do you think possibly could have, like, do you know how you said it's been edited and stuff like that? Who do you think possibly could have edited the Bible, mate?
You see, right, the Roman lords were losing power, yeah? The Roman Empire was losing power, so it was, yeah, to multiple different reasons, yeah? And what they did was they took, now don't quote me on this, they took passages of the not the Quran. Sorry, 1 second. Steve is going to kill me for this. So he is from the Jewish Bible, basically. I forget the name of it right now. Yeah. They took passages from that, and they took passages from other things as well. So they did, yeah, that corresponded, like the dates corresponded and the rituals corresponded and stuff. You know what I mean? And they compiled them all together. It's like basically, yeah, they turned the sword upside down. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there's a lot of, especially in the way the Catholics put the religion out there. There's a lot of pagan influences, isn't there, in it?
Yes, exactly. Now you have it, man. Now you have
And I mean, I know you're talking about the Roman Catholics. The Romans were losing power, but of course, the Roman Catholics are the Jesuits, and the Jesuits are incredibly powerful even today, and are still arguably the people who are running the world to this day.
Yeah. The Jesuits, sure, they're the money men. Do you know what I mean? They're the money men, and like, money talks, bullshit walks. Especially in this world, you know, money brings power. It's a sad thing to say, like, but it does, you know. And especially when you're talking about huge, mass amounts of wealth over a period of.
Well, even do you know, like the hide things in words and stuff like that. But like, do you know how like they call it like the all-seeing eye of Satan and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like money, you know how they call it money? It's mono and I. It's two words put together. Mono is like one. That's why you call it Monday for one, Tuesday for two, right? Like mono and I, it's put together. I. It's even telling you like money is the devil. You know what I mean?
Well, they say money is the root of all evil, don't they? Like, it's a, you know, well-known saying. You know, like, it's a hard one. I hope I'm not offending anyone. You know, I'm not, or knocking anyone's fate. Like, I'd be the first one. You know, if somebody like was having a bad day, yeah, I try and take their mind off it, or you know, try and uplift them. You know, not using religion, but using a bit of banter and being able to put a smile or degrade myself. You know, like within certain limits. I wouldn't mind, you know what I mean? Yeah, like by saying a funny joke or maybe an embarrassing joke about myself in order to make somebody else smile. Do you know what I mean? Do you know like that?
Oh, I do, mate. I do, and that's a nice way to be.
You know, I'd rather leave you with a smile than leave you with a frown. You know what I mean? Do you know like that? Or as many as the times, you know what I mean? The friends of mine rang me. There only a couple of months ago, a mate of mine rang me, so he did, and he was touch and go and taking his own life, so he was. And I sat up on the phone, so I did, over the internet for 4 hours with him, talking to him, do you know what I mean? And I remember him ringing me the next day then and saying, thanks for being a mate, because I was the only one that picked up. Do you know what I mean? He was after ringing loads of people, so he was, yeah. And he was in that, you know, that basically, will I or won't I, you know? And he was saying his goodbyes. And I picked up the phone and spent 4 hours on the phone with him, so I did. Do you know what I mean? And like that.
It's mad you say that, mate, because like, in my time as a bouncer, like years ago, I used to work at a bar called Gotham Town. It's not a bar anymore, but it's closed down now. But like, I remember on 2 occasions, like regulars at the bar I worked at killed themselves, and like I was talking to them just before they did it. Like, well, one, like the night he did it, and one was, alas. It was about this time of year, because I remember it was still light till late on. And I'm sure you've heard of the Tyne Bridge in Newcastle, haven't you, Rai?
Yeah, the Tyne, yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Aye, fucking, well, the big green bridge, it's on like the Newcastle brown ale bottles. Well, fucking, this lass, she's always such a happy fucking lass sort of thing, you know what I mean? And, she literally left the bar, but she looked like she'd been crying a bit that night. And I just put it down to, oh, well, she's just pissed, you know, like, because when you're working in bars, you get so sick of dealing with people who are like, you know, like, just like putting, like, you know, like drunk and acting stupid and putting, and literally she left the bar and was gone, and fucking literally, she literally from it's a 5-minute walk from this bar to the Tyne Bridge, or maybe just 15 at the most, right? she left the boat to the Tyne Bridge and fucking killed herself. That is how close to her death I seen her at, mate. She was only about 22 or 3, bless her, 24 at the most, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it leaves a lasting impression on you, doesn't it? Because like that, yeah, I fucking myself in a personal experience.
Lads,
Get that bottle of Trevor off my John.
come
Get that
here.
bottle of Trevor off my John.
You can hear him there. Kabaki
Get that
wants
bottle of
us.
Trevor off my channel and we fucking suck them wabbing up.
You can hear him. Shut up a minute, will I tell him?
The
Karpaki Unfiltered wants you to go over to his channel.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, everybody in the chat. Yeah, hope you heard that. Yeah, Dwayne
Yeah,
wants to
we're
give
going
you
to
a
update
blowjob.
Karpaki Unfiltered.
Shawnee, you boy.
Dwayne wants to
I'm not sure I've got him on here. What's it, Karpaki Unfiltered?
Karpaki, Jordan Drink Karpaki.
Unfiltered.
Right, well, I'll subscribe to him anyways. You know what I mean? I'll go over and subscribe. Fucking, I'm
Get over here.
Yeah, he's showing you if you're making games. Get over here.
Well, then look, we can continue to chat over there, yeah. But if we don't get a chance to talk to you again, making games, yeah, I wish you the best in life, pal. And I hope, yeah.
Mate, sorry, what's your name, mate? Because my name's Fergal. What's your name?
Stokes is my real name.
Right, my name's Fergal Allenby, mate, and I really enjoyed that one, mate, and I really appreciate your kind words there, Sean, mate. You're a really interesting bloke. It's quite late now. I'm gonna fucking. I'll pop over for 10 minutes, mate, but I'm not staying long, right?
Yeah. Hey, just in case you don't make it over there, making games. Come here, good luck.
Get over here. Guys, get over here.
Okay.
I want to talk to you fucking real fucking Irish fight. You got cunt.
Right,
All right, I'm going to cut this up.
Karpaki Unfiltered, yeah?
Karpaki Unfiltered. Joe, the drink name, Karpaki. How would you spell it, Dwayne?
Throw it into the group chat. You know, on the book. Throw the name. So I can subscribe to Karpaki and Paddy.
Yeah, he's not in the group chat.
No, Rando.